Hello, my name is Shadow X, and today we're doing What If Naruto Was an Assassin Part 2. After Naruto was told to calm down by Kakashi, Naruto says to the two ninja, "Don't you ever call me a demon again." Then Naruto releases his nine-tailed cloak and his blade. Then Kakashi said, "Today we're going to do the bell test." Naruto knows what the bell test is because he read about it in a book once. Then Kakashi said, "Meet me at training ground 7. So Naruto forces a lot of wind chakra into his legs and rushes to the training ground. Then when he arrives, he goes on and waits in the middle of the lake for his teammates. Naruto is waiting for 20 minutes when his teammates arrive, then says to them, "You can't even walk on water. You don't deserve to be ninja then." After this, it takes Kakashi 10 more minutes to arrive. When Kakashi arrives, he says, "Naruto, you're walking on water." And then he repeats. Then Naruto says, "Of course. All ninjas should be able to do this." Kakashi agrees with Naruto's statement and says, "Again, we are going to do the bell test." Then Naruto walks back over to the land and says to his so-called teammates that this test is about teamwork. But then the two ninjas say, "We'll never work with the demon fox." Naruto says, "I told you never to call me a demon again." So Naruto punches both. Kakashi sees this but thinks he did warn them. Then Kakashi says, "The exam begins." Then Naruto uses Ninja Art Shadow Stealth Jutsu. Then no one can detect him, even a sentry ninja. Then the two ninjas try to go to attack Kakashi. Then one just uses Tai Jutsu, but Kakashi quickly knocks him out. Then the other ninja tries to use a Shuriken Jutsu, but Kakashi uses a substitution Jutsu, then throws a kunai, which cuts the ninja's neck. Then she falls over and starts to cry. When Naruto sees this, he starts to cackle evilly and says, "Bloody hell, I can't believe these were meant to be my teammates." Kakashi thinks to himself, "Where's Naruto?" But at that moment, Naruto rushes to the area behind Kakashi. With Kakashi still not noticing, Naruto uses Lightning Rod, which shocks Kakashi. Then Naruto makes a good go for the bells, but both Naruto and Kakashi go into a taijutsu volley that lasts 10 minutes. 8 minutes into the fight, Naruto starts to overwhelm Kakashi, then uses Storm Style, Blade of Devastation. Kakashi sees it and he tries to copy the jutsu, but he can't, so Kakashi reveals his Tomorrow Sharingan. When seeing this, Naruto gets interested and says, "Oh yes, I forgot you Kakashi of the Sharingan. So I think we should take this a bit more seriously." Then Naruto activates his two-tail state. And when Kakashi sees this, he gets scared, so he activates his Mangekyou Sharingan. They go on for another 10 minutes, with Naruto just managing to catch the bells. Then Kakashi says to Naruto, "You're good. You deserve to be in the Anbu. But you're only a genin. I'll have fun training you." Then Naruto says, "You're good, Kakashi. But Storm Style, Storm Prison Jutsu." This creates a prism of black clouds surrounding Kakashi, electrocuting him. Then after the jutsu dissipates, Kakashi is unconscious. Naruto goes over to Kakashi and throws water over him and says, "I think I went a bit far." But then Kakashi says, "You did wonderfully. It's been a while since I've actually had to use all my power." Then Naruto says, "Do you want some fish? While you're out, I caught some." Then Kakashi says, "Sure, why not?" So Naruto uses a small fireball jutsu just to cook some fish. Then he gives it to Kakashi to restore his stamina. Then Naruto asks Kakashi, what's going to happen to the other two. Kakashi says, "Well, one of them started to cry when her neck got cut, and the other was incredibly dim." And then Naruto says, "Do they deserve to be ninja?" Then Kakashi says, "To be honest, I was going to fail them anyway." Then Naruto says, "Alright, I didn't know them to begin with, and they really pissed me off." After they have their food, Naruto says to the other two, "You didn't pass, and you're going back to the academy." Then Naruto asks Kakashi, "When will their mission start?" Then Kakashi says, I think it's tomorrow, but do you want to go to the Hokage's office with me and make sure?" Then Naruto says, "Alright." As they both start walking to the Hokage's office, the villagers whisper to themselves, "What's the demon brat doing with Kakashi of the Sharingan?" Then one of the villagers says, "I hope Kakashi kills that brat." This pisses off Kakashi and Naruto, but Naruto starts to ignore them and heads to the Hokage's office. Kakashi walks straight through into the office, but Naruto is stopped by a Chunin. Then Naruto says, "Out of my way." The Chunin says, "I'm not letting a demon brat like you see the Hokage." Then Naruto grabs one of his kunai and infuses wind chakra into this. Then blitzes the Chunin and holding the kunai up to his neck and saying, "Don't you ever hold me back from going to see anyone or I will kill you." Then Naruto enters the Hokage's office. Then Naruto says, "Old man, when are my missions gonna start?" And the Hokage says, "Where are the other two?" And Kakashi says, "They didn't pass. They showed none of the qualities of being a ninja. Sure, they might have passed the Genin exam, but when it came to actual combat, they failed. And Naruto is the only one who passed. In fact, he made me go all out." Then Kakashi says, "It's been years since I've had to go out all out." But then he says to the Hokage, why haven't the villagers been punished for what they say about Naruto?" Then the Hokage says, "It's because of Danzo." This pisses Naruto off even more, because Naruto knows that Danzo is the one who spread the truth about Naruto being the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki to all the villagers. But then Naruto says, Naruto cracks his knuckles in his neck and says, "I've always wanted to kill that man." This sends shocks down the Hokage's back. Then he says, "Naruto, you can't kill him. Not yet, anyway. He might be an evil man, but he is an elder of the Hidden Leaf." And Kakashi says, just give Naruto his missions so he can do them." Then the third Hokage gives Naruto a D rank mission. This only takes Naruto 10 minutes to finish. Then Naruto spends 3 months doing D rank missions just to build up some savings. In the 3 months, Naruto has done 200 D rank missions. This is a village record just in 3 months. Then Naruto says to the third Hokage, "Old man, can I have an assassination mission? I want to get my first kill over and done with. Because you know how strong I am if I enter that state. And no one will survive. After all, I am the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Just gotta let out a bit of bloodlust and everyone fears me." Then Kakashi just knocks Naruto on the head saying, "Don't be an idiot." Then the Hokage says, "Here, Naruto. Here's an assassination mission, just as you wanted. You have to kill 20 bandits." Then Naruto says, "Thank you, Lord Third." Then he goes home, grabs his stuff, and fills a canteen full of water, and puts it on his belt. And Naruto thinks, "Alright, this will be easy to use the water blade, even if the area is dry. The water can just come from the canteen." Then Naruto goes to the gate and waits for Kakashi. It takes 2 hours for Kakashi to arrive, but when Naruto jumps down, he says, "I know I've done quite a lot of research about you, Kakashi. You were the fourth only surviving charge, and I found out something else. The fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, had a wife called Kushina Uzumaki, my mother. So that means I'm the fourth son." Then Kakashi says, "You're a bloody smart one, aren't you? That's a S-rank secret." Then Naruto says, "Oh, I know. I just wanted to know who my parents were after all. I thought I had the right to that." Then Kakashi says, "I've wanted to tell you since you entered the academy. But because of the orders from Lord Third, I could not tell you. I'm sorry." Then Naruto says, "It's alright. I just want to get this mission over and done with so I can talk to Lord Third. Then Naruto and Kakashi head to the cave where the bandits are. It takes 5 hours for them to get there, even with their high speeds, because it's just on the outskirts of the Land of Fire. When Naruto arrives, he says, Kakashi, I'm gonna deal with all of these. And then Kakashi says, alright, just don't look at your kill, otherwise it might hold you down. Then Naruto uses Water Style, Water Blade. He doesn't use the Storm Style, Blade of Devastation, because it makes way too much noise. Then Naruto uses Ninja Art, Shadow Stealth Jutsu. So Naruto is hiding in the shadows, and no one is picking up on his presence, so Naruto is slowly killing each and every member, decapitating all of them until he gets to the leader. Then Naruto uses a spin kick that hits the leader in the temple, instantly killing him. Then Naruto grabs his water blade and forces it into his scalp. Then Naruto decapitates the leader. When Naruto does this, he uses Fire Style, Phoenix Light Jutsu, to illuminate the cave. Then Naruto sees a chest full of money. So Naruto grabs a scroll out of his windbreaker and seals it inside. Then Naruto and Kakashi head back to the leaf. Naruto says, Kakashi, I'll talk to the Hokage. Don't worry, you can go home. Then Kakashi says, you're not going to hurt him, are you, Naruto? And said, no, I just want to talk to him. Then Kakashi says, okay, thank you. I'll treat you for a meal tomorrow then. Naruto says, if it sees Yuraku, then yes. At this point, Naruto and Kakashi have built up like a brotherly, like an elder brother and younger brother relationship, which Naruto feels happy about. It is late when Naruto actually arrives at Hokage's office, but he'll know the Hokage is still there. Then Naruto knocks on the door and says, I'm coming in. Then Naruto sees who remembers is Sasuke Uchiha, covered in blood. Then Naruto says, sorry if I'm interrupting something. Then he throws the scroll with the chest of money sealed inside of it to the third Hokage and says, sorry if I'm interrupting something, but old man, make sure that all that money goes back to their rightful owners. Then says, Sasuke, what's wrong? Then Sasuke says, get out of here, you insignificant brat. Then Naruto says, if I'm insignificant, how did I pass the Genin exam 1 week into the academy? And how have I done 201 missions already? And it's only been 3 months. Then Naruto heads home, slightly angry, but he knows something must have happened. Because when Sasuke turned round to tell him that, he saw a Sharingan, only a uneven 1 and 2 Tomoe Sharingan, but Naruto thought something bad must have happened. But Naruto puts that into the back of his head and goes home, then heads to sleep, but then he's sent into his mindscape to meet with Kurama. Kurama says, well done, Naruto. You performed those executions fabulously, and I didn't even have to give you any power to do it. I'm proud. Then Naruto says, thank you. The next morning, Naruto is woken up early by knocking at the door. He finds out that it is Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto opens the door and says, if you're gonna knock this early in the morning, you might as well come in and have some breakfast. Naruto says, what's wrong? Then Sasuke says his whole clan was murdered last night. Naruto gets angry when he hears this and says, oh god. Not again. This is sending memories from when Naruto was born, seeing his mother and father die right in front of him. This makes Naruto angry and says, who did this? Then Sasuke says, my older brother, Itachi Uchiha. Then Sasuke says, I want to get strong, please train me. Then Naruto says, I will train you. I will train you every day after you're done at the academy. Or if you want to drop out of the academy and I can train you every day, until you're Genin level, because I can take some time out of my missions. And Sasuke says, I'm gonna leave the academy for a while. It takes 1 year of Naruto's constant training to get Sasuke up to high Genin medium tuning level. Then Naruto says to Sasuke, I believe it's time for you to take the Genin exam. Then Naruto heads with Sasuke to the Hokage's office and said, you know, this time I've taken off my missions. I've been training the last Uchiha. In this time, Sasuke has unlocked his free Tomoe Sharingan in each eye. Then Naruto says to the Hokage, can you please do the Genin exam on him? Then the Hokage says, of course, Naruto, you are one of our top ninjas anyway, so I'll do a favour for you. Then Sasuke creates 1 clone, 10 shadow clones, then all the other jutsus he needs to pass the Genin exam. Then says, did I pass? Then the old man says, yes, you did. Here is your headband. Then Naruto says, because they both have the Sharingan, him and Kakashi, can you put him on the same team as me, and can you put Sasuke on the same team as mine? Then Hiruzen says, yes, I believe that's good. Then Sasuke says, wait, you said Kakashi has the Sharingan? Then Naruto says, it's a long story, he got it in the 3rd Ninja War. From what he told me, it was a gift from a dead friend. Then Sasuke thinks, oh, alright. Then let's head out, I need to go see my sensei anyway. Then Naruto and Sasuke use body flicker, arriving at Kakashi's house. Then knocking on the door and saying, sorry Kakashi, I had to take some time out. I've trained the last Uchiha, but he's joining our team. It's very late at this point, but Kakashi opens the door and says, I'm glad. Then he says, I'm also happy to have you joining our team, Sasuke. So I'm going to hold the bell test tomorrow. Alright, this is where I'm going to end off part 2 of What If Naruto Was an Assassin. My name's been Shadow X, hope you enjoyed.